Karen from Countyfairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
So this is CoolKay from County Fairgrounds, and I'm speaking today to Russel-Adams, Director of Marketing for the State Fair of Louisiana, about the upcoming State Fair that's due to start on the 27th, I believe?
That is correct. Yeah, we're opening up this Thursday, and really looking forward to getting this thing cranked up down here.
Okay, one of the first questions I usually ask when we do something like this is, tell me what's old and what's new and not to be missed.
Well, the State Fair has been around 106 years. I'm sorry, 116 years. We established in 1906, and it's a great event for our area. One thing that we're bringing back, there's probably not a whole lot of brand new stuff out here because we've been around so long, but one of the big things that is happening this year that we hadn't had in several years because of COVID is our Veterans and Military Appreciation Day Parade, which is a big deal locally. We honor our military and our veterans and their families. We have Barksdale Air Force Base here in Shreveport, which is a significant base for our Air Force. And it's kind of a way we say thank you to the men and women in uniform that serve our country. So very excited about that. And we've got about 60 rides setting up right now on the Midway, which is going to be a lot of fun, for the area folks. Rides are very, very popular around here with our residents. And then food's a big deal. We did a survey like several years ago, what brought you to the State Fair. We sampled probably about 500 people, and food by far won the poll. So it's a big deal. We've got over 100 food vendors set up down here, and it's going to be a great fair. We're just excited to have it and be able to host it, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
One of the questions that I always ask is, how's the parking and where do they park, and how's the handicap stuff?
Well, we've got plenty of handicap parking. We've got two main gates. One is right off Interstate 20, which runs east and west through Shreveport here. And the handicap parking is very right there by the gate. We like opening day of the fair, we have our senior day, Senior Citizens Day, in the big Hirsch Coliseum on the grounds. And we honor our seniors, and there's about 100 booths set up for seniors that can come out and they do seminars, and we just kind of cater to them. We have vaccinations, free vaccines, and free flu shots and things like that for them. And so we make it very accessible for seniors, and it's close to the Coliseum, and it's everything's laid out very, very friendly to our seniors and our handicap.
So if I was a mother with children under 12, where would you suggest I go first?
Oh, my goodness, under 12. One thing that we take a lot of pride in, the LSU Ag Center here in Shreveport, it's a state organization there. It's owned by the state of Louisiana. And the LSU Ag Center sets up an exhibit called Ag Magic. And what that is, it's local agriculture in our northwest Louisiana. It's really all over the state, but it kind of focuses on what we grow in our fields, the farmers, the oil and gas, the timber industry, all the different agriculture type industries here. And it's very educational for children. And we have a lot of schools taking field trips and things out here so they could learn a lot, get a good idea of where, like when they go to the grocery store, where this stuff comes from that they buy to take home to cook, where their food comes from, where their clothes come from. So it's a great education for the kids. Of course, all the kids love the kiddie rides. Got a lot of that going on. We have the State Fair Zoo, which we've got camels and zebras and a lot of zoo animals here that they can come. It's a petting zoo, hands-on. They can come up and feed the animals and get up close and really see these animals and learn a lot about them and learn a lot about their habitat. So I guess, it's a very family friendly event, and the kiddos, it's a great event for the kiddos to come out.
Okay, as a senior, I always like to ask what the restroom facilities are like.
Well, they're all handicap accessible, and there's plenty of them on the fairgrounds up and down the midway from one end to the other. So that's not a problem at all, you know. And it's there's plenty of restroom facilities here.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about food. So how many food vendors you got? What's unusual? What's great? And what do you love?
We got over 100 food vendors, and I'm kind of an old-fashioned corn dog, state fair corn dog kind of guy. I mean, we got alligator on a stick, if you like that, you know, Cajun cuisine. We got a lot of Latino, Mexican food here, and just about anything you want. I've been involved with the state fair for 10 years, and 2 different times we've had the Carnival Eats show on the Cooking Channel come down and film on our grounds during the fair, doing features on our food. So we've kind of got a national reputation of having really good food. Our fair is one of the last fairs in the country, so a lot of the food vendors come here and kind of wrap it up, and then they go home for the winter season and get ready for the following year. So, but as far as food, we got about anything. We fry about anything you can imagine. Of course, we fry everything down here in Louisiana anyway. But the food is just excellent, and we've got a really good reputation, and people love the food.
Okay, what about walking, strolling entertainment? Do we have any of that?
We've got probably over a dozen entertainers and attractions and free shows, and all of these shows are free with your gate fare admission. Rocket Robot, he's a big 9-foot giant. It's like a puppet bodysuit. This little small wormy guy gets in, and he controls it from inside, and this thing walks up and down the midway interacting with the crowd, and people love Rocket Robot. He's very funny. He does a great job. He entertains the crowd, and he comes every other year, and this is the year he's coming. So that's a great deal. We got Dallas the Fire Guy. He juggles fire, he eats fire, anything with fire, he does. And then his son, Nick the Escape Artist, is a little wormy guy that it gets a couple of volunteers from the crowd. They wrap him up in a straitjacket, and this guy can get out in about 2.5 minutes. He's out, and it's just amazing to watch him. They put chains around him and really secure him where you don't think he'd ever be able to get out of that, and he gets out. So, you know, there's things like that. Then, of course, we have a sea lion show that's very popular. We had them here a few years ago, and the sea lions are coming back. We've got a cycle circus, a motorcycle stunt show this year. We've had them before, and it's been several years now. And it's one of those things, they'll keep you on the edge of your seat the whole time watching them. It's just like, oh my goodness, this guy's going to kill himself, you know. And of course they're professionals and they do an excellent job, but they will hold your attention for sure. But we got some really great attractions. Of course, the camel show in the zoo area. We've got the camels in the zoo, and they do actually a show with the camels, and it's a lot of fun to watch. And they do camel rides for kids as well. So our website, I mean, I could go on and on, but our website, statefairoflouisiana.com, it's got a list of all of our attractions and shows that we do. And, of course, we have live music every night. We have concerts throughout the whole event. It's a 14-day run. Actually, this year it's going to be 15 days because we run 3 consecutive weeks, and we open this Thursday, the 27th. We close on November 13th. And typically we close on Mondays and Tuesdays to give the workers a day off. But we will be opening Election Day, November the 8th, which is a Tuesday. And so that's kind of the layout of our schedule there. And again, our website has got all of this information on it, and all of the music, all of the shows, attractions, everything is free with your gate fare admission. There's no extra charge for all of this.
Oh, so your evening entertainment is free? I mean, people can come in and go to a concert?
They can go to all these shows. Yeah, all these shows and the concerts and everything is free with your gate admission. The only thing we do on the fairgrounds that is not free is our rodeo. It's the LRCA, the Louisiana Cowboys and Rodeo Association. They do a 3-day, it's the finals rodeo for this organization. They take in Louisiana, part of Texas, part of Arkansas, and a part of Mississippi. It's a kind of a regional organization, the LRCA, and they do their finals here at the fairgrounds the second week of the fairs, November 4th, 5th, and 6th, there in our Coliseum. And it's a big deal. It's about $250,000 worth of cash and prizes we'll be giving away. And there is a $15 admission ticket for the rodeo, the general admission there. So that's the only thing we don't charge for, but everything else in the fair is free. And of course, the ride and armbands and all that, there's a charge for that, and at gate admission and parking and things like that. But all these shows and concerts, like I mentioned earlier, those are free with your admission.
So what's your favorite part of this whole thing?
My favorite part of the fair, I don't know, I just love seeing families come out, and enjoying themselves and going up and down the midway, eating the corn dog and going to riding the rides. It's just such a family-friendly event that we do, and I've got 5 grandchildren myself. I'm a big family guy, totally committed, and I just love to see families come out, and enjoy it. Now, the rodeo is a lot of fun to watch. They do a very good job, the LRCA does, with entertaining you. It's funny. They got a clown out there that'll just keep you laughing the whole time, and then of course the excitement of the guys getting on those broncs and bulls, and the whole part of the rodeo. That's an incredible show in itself. But these guys are actually out there competing for money and prizes. But I guess, I don't know, if one part like that, the rodeo would probably be my favorite.
Okay, so this state fairgrounds has been around for quite a while. There are other events during the year that take place here. Do you happen to know what takes place after the state fair?
Well, we've got the Shreveport Bossier Mudbugs hockey team. Actually, a couple of weeks ago, they were playing hockey in the Coliseum, and then right now they're in the process of melting the ice, and they'll be moving dirt into the. Well, actually, there's a cheer and dance show this weekend, opening weekend in the Coliseum. It's just a concrete floor, and they'll set the environment for that and the flooring and all that. And then, of course, next week they'll start moving dirt into the Coliseum, and we'll do a rodeo in there. And then after the last weekend of the fair is monster trucks. We do have a monster truck show the last weekend of the fair. And then after the truck show, then all the dirt goes out of the Coliseum and the ice goes back in and they start playing hockey again. So I guess the hockey is very popular here locally. You don't see too many southern states with hockey teams, especially in a market size like what we have. But the people, we love our Mudbugs down here, and they're well supported locally, and it's just a lot of fun to go to those hockey games.
Okay, well, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Sounds like a really great time. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a good fair.
Great. Well, thank you so much for letting me tell your listeners what we're doing down here in Louisiana, and if you're in our part of the country, we'd love for you to come by and have some fun with us.
Well, thank you, Mr. Russell. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.